Hello and welcome to Watchdogwargaming. Today we're going to be looking at the Warlord Games Boltactionkorea supplement Chinese figures, and in particular we'll be looking at the Mongolian Cavalry troop. From the Boltactionkorea supplement, it says that Mongolian cavalry were lightly equipped with few modern weapons beyond bolt-action rifles and sabres. However, they were also extremely hardy and adept, born to a life in the saddle with an ancient and proud tradition as horsemen. So within the bolt-action rules, their experience level is classed as veteran. Mongolian cavalry counts as infantry unit for the purposes of Chinese People's Volunteer Army reinforced platoons. I will put further information on these stats up here. So I bought my Mongolian Cavalry troop from the Warlord Games online shop, and it arrived in this condition. So it arrived in a blister pack, not in the normal cardboard box that we're used to. Mongolian Cavalry troop. It's 5 horses and 5 riders in 28mm metal. So let's open it up and have a look at the horses. Let's put all the packaging to one side. Oh, thank you, Becky, for packing these figures for me, much appreciated. And what we have is the normal to start with, the normal cavalry bases that come from Warlord Games with all their horse figures. 5 of those, put those to one side. And that's, like I said, there should be five horses and 5 riders in here as well. So let's just have a look at the horse sculpts first to see if they're all different or they are of a similar nature. Okay, so it looks like that we've got a sculpt of, it looks like a horse trotting, and then we've got a horse sort of galloping. Now, someone has said to me on one of the Warlord Games Bolt Action Facebook pages to do with Korea that the horses are looked at odd sculpt. Now, I've looked into this, is that the Mongolians used the Mongolian horse, which was quite a small, sturdy horse that was used to staying out in all weathers. Basically, it was the Mongolians' source of food, milk and transport over the years, going back to Genghis Khan. So that there is a big difference in the size of these horses compared to your normal thoroughbred, your race horses that people see nowadays. Now, for comparison, I have got Sergeant Reckless here. So if you don't know who Sergeant Reckless is, Google it and you'll be quite impressed. And you can see the difference. So Sergeant Reckless will be your typical type of horse, and then sort of your Mongolian Cavalry, like I said, short and stocky, good for long distances. Okay, so the horses themselves, they have got a bridle on them. So there is a bridle around the head, and sort of also sort of like a belly harness as well, which I'm sure when we look at the cavalry, the riders, they'll be on the saddle and everything else. There's a little bit of sprue on there as well, so it's again, it's sort of nothing that you can clip off and just file down. So you've seen that one, and we'll just have a look at one of the horses at the gallop. Yeah, so it just needs a little bit of tidying up. I would wash them as well, because they have got this little bit of dusting powder on them as well, which is normal for the manufacturing process. Okay, so let's put the horses to one side and have a look at the riders. So, as the blurb said before, these are armed with swords and bolt-action rifles, or sabres I should say. So the Mongolian troops have been used over the years, Chinese Civil War, fight against the Japanese, They were born in a saddle, so they can actually shoot from a saddle as well. And if you give them anti-tank grenades, they're actually four-legged anti-tank weapons as well. So just gives you a lot of options. So I'm having a look at this sculpt at the moment. So this chappie is it's got your typical communist jacket at the time, mouse style cap. It's carrying a bolt action rifle, satchel over the top, and there is some a saddle as well. He's sat on. It looks like he's got the reins in his hands. Just had a look at the quick look at the other figures. Yep, they are all different, which is brilliant. And now we've got the next rider who's armed with a saber. Looks like this one's got a bandolier. Another trooper armed with his saber, but this one's also got a rifle that's hung over his shoulder. Next rider is just armed with a bolt action rifle. And the final one, armed with your typical winter headdress, the deputy dog hat, armed with a saber, and he's got his bandolier on as well, saddle, and he's got his reins. Again, a little bit of clipping, you'll have to take these off to fit them onto your horse. It's a little bit of flash there as well, but nothing to worry about. So there we are. It's so that is the Mongolian Cavalry troop. So it's five horses and 5 riders. So that would be 1 NCO and 4 general horsemen. Lovely. Right, so I will finish by putting the painted version of the figures on here, so you can see what they're like once they've all been done. And this is what's come off the Warlord Games website itself. So yeah, so we're slowly working through the Chinese People's Army range, and this is a unique piece of that army. Mounted cavalry, very good for reconnaissance, light attacks, and like I said, armed with anti-tank weapons. They become tank hunters. Right, so the next one, I shall be looking at some anti-tank and artillery pieces for the Chinese People's Volunteer Army for use in Korea. Some of them, you might be surprised, were used by other nations in World War II. So have a think about which ones do you think are going to be in my next video. You'd be quite surprised. And there is a link with Market Garden with one of the artillery pieces. So thanks for your time, much appreciated. Don't forget to like and subscribe below, and please leave a comment. Love to see what any questions you have. Those who are interested, don't forget Models for Hero as well. That's the website on there if you're interested in supporting them. Worldwide, amazing cause, improving mental health through making models. As I said, it's helped me over the years, and if you're having problems, contact the people, Models for Heroes on via their website, and I'm sure that they can help you. So again, you take care, much appreciated, and bye for now.
Squad morale restored.